how do you know which mold toxins are really bad for you and which ones to kind of ignore? Because we all know mold is everywhere and you can't avoid all of it. Now, I normally save this kind of content for my podcast, the more detailed nitty-gritty of mold avoidance, but a lot of you guys have been complaining, saying that I don't post enough detail on this channel. So I'm gonna do this here as if you were like actively pursuing mold avoidance and give you some more background on this. So the most important thing to keep in mind is what we call warning signs and after effects. And I'm gonna break this down for you in a way that's really easy to understand. So you know how carbon monoxide is called the silent killer? And if you don't have carbon monoxide detectors in your house, it's a non-odorous, indetectable gas that can kill you. Yeah, you don't really know you're being exposed to that, but it's pretty bad, right? Let's compare and contrast that with mosquito bites. Where I am, it's mosquito season and they itch like crazy. They're a lot more annoying than carbon monoxide because you can't feel carbon monoxide. But mosquito bites aren't dangerous as long as you're not in a place with malaria, if you're in just like a normal US city, and they don't really kill you. So they're not that bad. This is exactly the way some mold is. Some mold, you don't even know you're being exposed to it like carbon monoxide, but it's really bad for your health and it can cause long-term chronic illness. Other mold is really irritating and it makes your nose run and it makes your skin turn red and it makes you freak out. But once you leave the area, there's no long-term effects. This is why it is so important to develop your own mold avoidance skills where you can associate the warning signs and after effects of each toxin to your individual body and your individual system. So oh, I'm getting this little subtle hint that I'm being exposed to this bad mold, but I know that if I don't leave, it's gonna make me sick for a really long time. Or, yeah, this one's really obnoxious and I can feel it, but it doesn't have any long-term effects. The reason this is so important is because we can't avoid all toxins, so we have to pick and choose which we're exposed to. Unless you live on the moon or you live on Mars, you're gonna be exposed to something. One of the best ways to accomplish this is to have a mentor or an experienced mold avoider guide you along this journey and send you into cities or regions or areas that have different kinds of molds and tell you, hey, this is the bad one, this is the not so bad one. Write down and record your warning signs and after effects so you know if you're gonna be exposed to it again. Or at least you know what's gonna happen to you when you are exposed to it. This is what makes mold avoidance very different than kind of like a choose your own adventure health journey where you just do whatever the heck you want. Mold avoidance is a defined, specific strategy that's been used for decades to help people recover their health. It's better to try to be a student and not a teacher.